In today's video, we're going to talk about the best credit cards for students. And these are the 3 best starter cards for anyone who's in college or who is a student. Hi everyone, my name is Helen. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the best credit cards for students. And specifically, these are the 3 best starter credit cards for anyone who is a student or who has just become an adult. Now, when it comes to starter credit cards, the one thing you do need to keep in mind is that a starter credit card is designed around someone who does not have very much credit or has no credit at all. So these are cards that are specifically designed for young adults or students in college who may have a limited amount of credit available. The first credit card that I would recommend to students is the Discover IT Student Cashback Credit Card. This credit card has 0% annual fees. This means you have no money that you have to pay in fees when it comes to annual costs. This no dollar amount, no percentage amount. Now, one thing you do have to keep in mind is that every credit card is different. Annual fees apply to some cards, they don't apply to other ones. This is one with 0 fees. The reason that I would recommend this card for students is primarily the cashback rewards. This credit card has 1 to 5% cashback depending on the purchase. So as a baseline, it gives you 1% cashback on all purchases. It does have a 5% cashback on different categories, and these categories change every quarter, which means every 3 months. So every 3 months, you can get 5% cash back on, for example, entertainment or restaurant purchases or anything like that. The one caveat when it comes to this particular card is that in order to get those 5% cash back rewards, you are going to need to activate it. So every quarter, you need to tell them, yes, I want this 5%. But it does have several different categories each year. And that means that you can get that 5% back every time that you have activated that and you make a purchase in the specific category. The Discover IT credit card also has another benefit when it comes to starter credit cards, and that is simply that it does not require a credit score. You can get this card even if you have not built up any credit, if you're a new student, if you're a very young adult who has yet to build up any credit. So it's a great choice as a starter card. The one thing you guys do need to keep in mind when it comes to this particular card is that it does offer certain promotional benefits. So if you apply for this card as a student when you are young, you can get a promotion. The amount that you get does depend on the time of year when they have it, but as a rule, generally speaking, you get a 0% interest on the card for the first 6 months. That's their usual promotion, though it may change. Do keep in mind promotions on credit cards can change, but that is the current promotion at the time I'm recording this. If you guys like this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you guys do subscribe, leave a comment below and I will respond back to you. Just tell me that you subscribed. Now, on to the second credit card that I would recommend for students. My second recommendation is the Capital One Saver One Rewards card. Now, this card is a great choice for students because you're getting cash back, and the cashback rewards are actually pretty significant in this card. The one thing that you have to keep in mind is that it has a base of 1%, so any purchase is 1%. However, it offers 3% on a multitude of different categories such as entertainment and dining. So you can get 3% on any of the categories that are specifically mentioned as a 3% category. This card has several different ones, and they're very common purchases, so things that you often will purchase. And one other benefit of this card is if you are someone who uses Uber or Uber Eats very regularly, they offer 10% cash back on your Uber Eats and Uber purchases. That is a great reward for any college student, so I would highly recommend this. Another thing to keep in mind is that the Saver One credit card from Capital One also has an 8% back on any Capital One entertainment purchases. So if you purchase something that is considered a Capital One entertainment purchase through Capital One or anything that is marked as that, you will get 8% back. That makes this a great card for students and anyone who is starting out. And one other benefit of this card is that it does have 0 annual fees. So you do not have to pay annual fees in order to use this card. The third credit card that I would recommend for students as a starter credit card is the Bank of America Travel Rewards card. Now, this one might be a little surprising to people, but for any student who is considering a foreign trip or planning to study abroad, this is a great card for that goal. Now, it is a travel rewards card, so it is a little bit different than other starter cards because it is specific to travel. But the one thing you should keep in mind with this one is that it does not have any foreign transaction fees. That is a great option for anyone who's studying abroad because those foreign transaction fees, they add up very quickly if you're going to be abroad for an extended period. So let's say you're planning to be abroad for an entire semester, 4 to 6 months somewhere. You can expect that transaction fees on most cards will be around 3%. That means every time you use your card, you're getting charged an additional 3%. This card does not have that, so it's a great choice for study abroad students. The other benefit of this card is that for every $1 that you're spending, you're getting 1.5 points because this is a travel card. You're getting the 1.5 points back. So it does add up very quickly. This card will start with a 25,000 points reward for anyone who spends a specific amount, though the amount can vary a little bit depending on when you apply for the card. But that is the current rewards points that you can expect after you apply for this card and you actually make purchases on the card. The Bank of America Travel Rewards card does have a 0 annual fee, but one thing to keep in mind with this card is that it does have a little bit higher interest rates and high fees when compared to other cards. So you don't want to overdraft and you don't want to use this card if you're concerned about the fees. Now, as long as you are very careful with your spending on the card and you don't overdraft, you should find that it's a great option for a travel abroad student. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and I will see you in the next one.